And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest treasure troves ever discovered. For this list, we're going over the most historically and financially valuable and unusual treasures ever found, or reported found, across the world. Number 10. The Forrest Fenn Treasure. In the late 80s, art dealer Forrest Fenn was diagnosed with apparently terminal cancer. Fenn decided to leave a treasure chest behind after his death, filled reportedly with coins, gold, jewels, and other valuables, hiding it somewhere in the Rocky Mountains in the United States.
The only clues hidden in a 24-line poem from his 2010 autobiography, The Thrill of the Chase.
While Fenn survived, the hunt for his treasure did as well. On June 6, 2020, the treasure was reportedly discovered at last. As of this writing, though, precious little is known about who found the treasure or much of what it contains. But initial reports include antique coins and gold nuggets.
Fenn saying the treasure hunter wishes to remain anonymous, and now it's his secret to keep.
Although the exact value of the chest's contents varies, most estimates are that the treasure is worth somewhere between $1 and $5 million.
My motive was to get people off the couch, out into the sunshine, and smell the fresh air.
And now that it's over, he says he thinks it worked.
Number 9. The Curdale Hoard. Discovered in England in 1840 by workers along the River Ribble at Curdale, this hoard of buried treasure contains objects and coins from Viking raids and plunders. One of the largest Viking hoards ever discovered, the Curdale Hoard is mostly made up of various silver objects, including coins and jewelry. Estimated to have been buried sometime around the 10th century, the exact origins and history of the hoard remain unknown. Although, it's speculated that it was some form of war chest that was intended to be retrieved later.
But who buried it and why? Stephen Harding has one explanation.
Was this treasure used for some sort of war chest for paying armies of Vikings for the various campaigns that were going on in that period?
Its total value is estimated to be around $3.2 million. Number 8. The Hoxton Hoard. Uncovered in Hoxton in Suffolk, England in 1992 by the use of a metal detector while searching for a lost hammer, the Hoxton Hoard is a large collection of Roman coins and other artifacts, the biggest ever found in Britain. The hoard contains over 14,000 coins, mostly silver, though with some gold and bronze, as well as jewelry and tableware.
This is still the biggest hoard of gold and silver coins ever found in this country by a very long way. 580 gold coins, just under 15,000 silver coins. It really was a massive store of wealth.
While the original owner and the history of the hoard remain unknowns, the dates on the coins indicate the earliest it could have been buried is 408 AD. The hoard's total worth has been valued at around £3.59 million in today's currency, or around $4.42 million. Number 7. The Staffordshire Hoard. Deposited sometime during the 7th or 8th centuries, the Staffordshire Hoard is currently the largest hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver treasure found to date. Discovered in 2009 by another metal detector, the Staffordshire Hoard is unusual in that all of its contents have primarily religious or martial significance, containing many fittings for swords and other weapons, rather than the typical coinage or jewelry found in most hoards.
It's staggering to think that this is all war booty, taken from the bodies of fallen warriors, after a battle that ended more than 1,200 years ago.
While its exact purpose and origin are unclear, the hoard was deposited during the time of the Kingdom of Mercia. The hoard's value is estimated at £3.285 million, or around $4.1 million.
Is this the biggest Anglo-Saxon gold hoard ever found? No, it's the only Anglo-Saxon gold hoard ever found. It's unique, it's unprecedented.
Number 6. The Schroeder Treasure. Named for the town of Schroeder where it was discovered, the Schroeder treasure was first discovered in 1985 during renovations on a telephone exchange building. Over the next several years, the treasure was unearthed by various parties, leading to several criminal investigations and attempts to buy the treasure back by the Polish government. The hoard consists primarily of 14th century coins from Bohemia, although several gold coins and pieces of jewelry were also found with it. Although its precise origin is unconfirmed, the consensus is that the treasure belonged to Charles IV of Luxembourg, who pawned the treasure to a local banker and never reclaimed it. Number 5. The Antikythera Shipwreck. First discovered in 1900 off the coast of the island of Antikythera in Greece, this shipwreck has yielded treasures for over a century, and counting from several expeditions.
The statues that came off the Antikythera shipwreck are all either Hellenistic or classical. They date from the 1st century BC right back through the 4th century BC.
Artifacts recovered include bronze statues, bronze and silver coins, gold jewelry, and perhaps most notably, a hand-powered device considered by many to be the world's oldest analog computer.
Some have argued that it's so complex the Greeks couldn't have made it at all. There are even some who say it must have been created by aliens.
Estimates for the age of the wreck and its contents place it somewhere around the 1st century BC, making this one of the oldest treasures on our list. Meanwhile, its total value is said to range between $120 and $160 million. Number 4. Nuestra Señora de las Mercedes, also known as the Black Swan Project. In 2007, American company Odyssey Marine Exploration recovered a sunken treasure off the coast of Portugal, which they codenamed Black Swan Project. The treasure consisted of around 500,000 silver and gold coins. It was soon discovered that the vessel in question was the Nuestra Señora de las Mercedes, a Spanish treasure naval frigate sunk by the British in 1804. This led to a legal struggle between Odyssey and the Spanish government, who claimed that it constituted looting. And, well, they should have been angry, considering the total worth of the treasure is somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 million. Number 3. Tilla Tepe, also known as the Bactrian Gold. First found at the Tilla Tepe archaeological site in Afghanistan in 1978, the so-called Bactrian gold, despite its name, actually doesn't just contain gold. The hoard consists of over 20,000 different items of various precious metals. The hoard was interred in 6 burial mounds, 5 of them for women and 1 for a man. The general consensus among scholars is that these people were wealthy nomads of some kind, interred there sometime around the 1st century AD.
And their burial objects told him they were probably royalty from a mysterious and warlike people.
The hoard contains items from China, India, and Rome. The diverse origins of the hoard's contents are likely due to its owners traveling along the crossroads of the ancient world, which also makes the collection a priceless one, at least from a historical perspective. Number 2. The Panegyriște treasure. Quite possibly the smallest treasure trove on our list, the Panegyriște treasure consists of a mere 9 gold objects, mostly drinking instruments or vases. Found in the Bulgarian town that gives it its name, the treasure dates back to the 3rd or 4th centuries BC and comes from the Thracian culture that inhabited the region at the time. While the monetary value of the gold is relatively small, at least for this list, the total haul is still 13 pounds of 24-karat gold. Still, the historical value of these ancient gold artifacts is where their true value lies, and they're considered priceless. Before we unearth the craziest treasure trove ever discovered, here are some honorable mentions. The Saddle Ridge Hoard, rusty cans full of gold coins. The Froome Hoard, Roman coins found with a metal detector. The Catillon II Hoard, massive trove of Celtic coins worth millions. The Blitung Shipwreck, sunken treasure from a 9th century Arabian ship. The SS Republic Shipwreck, American Civil War era steamship with coins and artifacts. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Caesarea Sunken Treasure. This one's a bit of a twofer. There have been several notable finds in the harbor of the ancient coastal city of Caesarea, Israel in the last few years.
נדיר ביותר. למיטב זיכרוני, אין לנו מטמון שמשלב מטבעות ביזנטיים ומטבעות פאטיים.
The first was in 2015, when divers located 2,000 gold dinar coins on the seafloor. These coins dated from the 11th century and were from the Islamic Fatimid dynasty.
Successive dives recovered a haul including a bronze lamp depicting the image of sun god Sol, a figure of moon goddess Luna, fragments of life-size bronze cast statues, as well as 2 lumps of thousands of coins.
Another find in the same area in 2016 saw divers discover a trove of Roman artifacts, including bronze statues and candlesticks.
To find this kind of cargo, it's very exciting because there are so many finds and there are so many different materials. We found a cargo of glass. We have all these bronze artifacts.
An exact value for all these incredible items hasn't been calculated, but if you're looking for sunken treasure, this is definitely a hotspot.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.